What's good, football gamers? It's your boy Fan checking in with a new camera and a brand new update to College Football 25 that just went live today, and it's a juicy one. We'll take a look at the patch notes that they dropped alongside the patch that just went live this morning and consider whether or not this is going to change any of our recruiting best practices, because there are a couple details that got changed up today. Without saying too much, there's a higher penalty for missing on hard and soft sales, as well as a bigger benefit when you grade well on good ones. It also includes a couple other things we have been asking for, so without further ado, let's hop in for today's update patch notes. So certainly not the longest document we've seen from these good folks over developing a game at College Football 25, but there's some great stuff in here, and they started with, I think, probably the highlight of the whole note, which is they added the ability to save custom audibles across all modes. My guy, Mr. Civ, competitive Madden guru, and really just football gamer all around, put out a video on X this morning. I'll link it in the description below. But essentially, he did the testing on it, and wherever you are accessing a playbook, the audibles that you save per formation will be in effect wherever you use that playbook across all types of modes. We got confirmation on that again on Twitter from Will Sykes this morning, so test it out yourself to make sure it's working like you're expecting it to. But this is a feature that people have been asking for, whether Madden and really even probably as far back as NCAA 2014, and we finally have it. Anybody that's running a scheme of really any sort at all is going to benefit from this hugely. You set your audibles one time and you don't need to do it every game anymore. What a relief. They remind you how to set your audibles in here, and also note that you'll be able to do this for up to 32 playbooks in which you'll have all your custom audibles saved. Some more good news here. They tuned wear and tear to slow down the accrual rate, which makes me feel like I want to revisit Road to Glory again. That was a big factor to consider when you wanted to get the ball as many times as you could, and I felt like took a little bit away from the game mode. So potentially good news there. We'll see how it comes into play. More good news, they fixed a kickoff exploit where players could cause the ball to not be caught by the receiving team, also known as scum kicking. If they did this right, scum kicking is dead. Great news for the community. In the same vein, also fixed the route stem glitch, where basically players were able to get an unfair speed boost off the line with a combination of nasty business involving the custom stemmed routes. Can't do that anymore. Love it. Slight composure tuning to increase the impact to attributes when getting hot or cold. It didn't really feel like it mattered too much outside of, I guess, your quarterback would miss some more throws when cold and potentially make a couple more when hot. Otherwise, I didn't notice it all too much, but after the tune, we'll see if we do. Also had several zone coverage AI improvements, mostly around the curl flat or the purple zone. I guess they weren't working, which is news to me, if they were set at a custom zone depth of less than 15 yards. Mine had been at 5, and I didn't notice that, which introduces a question of skill level on the part of the user that I'm not willing to cover here in this video, maybe a topic for another time. Also, address an issue causing curl flat defenders to continue to drift away from an eligible receiving threat in close proximity. So curl flats are just going to play a little bit better and more like you want them to. And also address an issue causing outside deep third defenders to bail too quickly from their alignment at the snap. You might not get cooked as often having a deep third on the field now, at least we can hope. And a couple general computer play call and coach suggestion tunes across all modes, basically situational. The dev note says here, looking for certain coverages to be used more frequently versus trips and bunch formations. And we're actually going to see a little more on that subject further down in the document. Overpowered formations, they've been the meta in football gaming for a good many years, so they're giving us some more defensive tools to deal with that. And pretty cool here, they partnered up with a current run-and-shoot coach to improve authenticity in the run-and-shoot offense, including some minor adjustments to pre-existing plays and the inclusion of new plays in run-and-shoot offensive playbook. Nickel 3-3, nickel 3-3 over, nickel over. You'll see a few times in the next couple bullet points here, but they picked up some new plays, and they've also been added to some new playbooks. As well. Added, see here, 3-3 Cub to 3-4 multiple and 4-3 multiple playbooks. They got a new cover 3 Buzz Mabel in 3-3 over, nickel over, and 3-3 odd. And a lot of these dev notes allude to just helping us defend against these trips looks. Trip side end or bunch offset, whatever the case may be. Some of these nickel 3-3 sets are well suited to cover that, so they're giving us some more tools in there too. We like that. Add a nickel 3-3 mint to the 3-5 playbook. Good news for me, that's my home base. Replace the curl assignment with the vertical hook assignment on cover 6 and cover 9 plays, so just make sure that you're not expecting the defensive zone to be a purple when it's actually a yellow. I'll have to take a closer look at that in game. A little better run fit in nickel 3-3 mint as well, and change who the 4th rusher is from an inside linebacker to an outside linebacker in 3-5 mint cover 4 quarters and palms. Gonna have to check that out in person as well. In Dynasty, it looks like we finally got a fix on the schedule glitch. I hadn't seen it in a couple dozen seasons, but apparently it was only happening during custom conference resituating of schedules, but they're saying that it's done, so great news there. Fixed the incorrect jersey numbers that lasted up until position changes in the offseason. And here's the money shot. Increase the penalty for choosing pitches that the recruit's not interested in when hard or soft selling. You might be asking, does that change any of the meta for recruiting that we've gone over here on this channel? The answer is no, not at all. They also increased the reward for higher school grades when pitching a recruit with a hard or soft sell. We weren't pitching unless we got it right. We were big on deducing the correct hard sell before you even move to that mechanic. So not only does nothing change as per our practical application here, it actually makes what we've been doing even a little bit better. There's no mentions on visits here at all. You know where I'm at on that. But if we're going to get a bigger benefit from good grades hard selling, which we were already doing, and the penalty is up from missing on hard selling, which we were already not doing, this seems fine for us, minimal of note. And some like visual and like housekeeping stuff here. Updated Liberty and FIU stadium names, news story fix, Florida single game sack record was updated to be Alex Brown, pick some pop-ups, and we'll tell you why certain actions are not allowed. So yeah, in recruiting, sometimes if you couldn't do something, if you didn't have hours, it seemed to be sporadic, but it would just bounce you out of that screen. Seems like maybe we might get some text to tell us specifically why we can't do what we're trying to do. Some trophy visuals got fixed up, and I thought this was a feature and not a bug, but they've also fixed an issue where coaches would not receive any job offers when receiving a contract extension. I thought that was by design, that you weren't supposed to be able to move after you signed a contract for the first year, but I guess that's not intended. So good news there. You'll be able to get job offers whenever the heck you want to. Ultimate Team, mostly just appearance type stuff. They swapped around these schools' playbooks, though. Texas and Texas A&M, and then Utah and Utah State. I don't know if they were flipped beforehand. I've not been using those playbooks, but take a look there if those are your home books. Fix a team chem issue. Fix a sets missing after the pack had been redeemed. Stability issues around practice mode. Stability issues in challenges. Some text alignment issues. And some live service bits that they have eyes on, but might not be fixed just yet. Apparently, Booger McFarland and Warren Sapp can't be in the same lineup. Weird. And announcers getting names wrong sometimes. And also objectives for 85+ sets not tracking properly. They have eyes on that. And they're working on it. In Road to Glory, new icon for one of the Adidas cleats. Fix an issue where sometimes a message sent scenario displays as a message received. Okay. And various fixes to scenario, logic, and text. Road to Glory might be back if wear and tear is tuned down a little bit. We might have to investigate that and see if we could have some fun with it. And then finally, presentation and UI updates, some stadium authenticity updates in multiple schools. And I'm not going to read them out all individually. You could pause here and zoom in if you'd like to, but new uniform pieces for a whole mess of schools, and also updated to the 2024 versions for Texas State, Liberty, Georgia Southern, and Jacksonville State. And as they always do, the college football dev team thanks us for all the good feedback that we've been offering. I love kind of the tone of the culture around this game at this early juncture. It seems like the community has been patient as we should be, but vocal when we need to be. And the dev team has stayed by their commitment that they set early on to listen to us, to be open discourse and open disclosure, and really work with us to make this game the best that it possibly can be. This is a great patch. We're going to test around and see what it looks like practically speaking, but a lot of good news here. I've been Fend. Y'all been great. Catch you next video, man. Peace.